Absolutely never will I apologize to PLD.
Okay, you know what, Andrew Furtado?
What, Brad? You know what? I don't want to hear this. Unless PLD's coming on, I'm not putting my headphones on. You can officially say anything you want, and it doesn't matter because I can't hear you anymore.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that you can't. The world is going to hear me right now because you leave me no choice. Andrew, the closer, Furtado, it is well within my powers. You are hereby suspended for the next 30 days. Oh, you heard that, didn't you?
Excuse me, can you repeat yourself real quick? I'm sorry. I thought you said suspended for 30 days.
That's exactly what I said, Andrew Furtado. You are hereby officially suspended for the next 30 days. This is me officially giving you notice for running the name of this league and Paul Denuzio through the mud. 30 days. Enjoy it. And I hope you watch every Ed Harris and Kevin Smith film that was ever in existence.
Are you insane right now? You're gonna jump on me, and now, look, I understand. I'll take the suspension, but then you throw my face in it when you ask me to watch Kevin Smith films, as if I haven't seen them all. You give me a person who has the Buddy the Elf over there on his shelf, and you're gonna come at me?
Look.
You give him
Andrew. This is my final decision. You're suspended for 30 days, but guess what, my friend? Guess what? Hey, you all right.
All right. Sally Jesse, I know you're watching, so pay attention. I gotta give it to you. Outside of crying like a 13-year-old girl waiting outside of a Taylor Swift concert, you about the luckiest son of a bitch I ever seen. I told you I was coming for you. I told you your name came across my damn desk because you've been running around here causing all kind of ruckus because you can't keep your wet-ass mouth shut. So Daddy Brad had to go and give you a little spanking on your ass, didn't he? And he had to go and get suspended. You getting real cute on Twitter. You little thumb gangster. Because you think there ain't no repercussions. You sit up this, oh my God, you lost. I can't do this and I'm so lonely. Shut up. I know people. And I have ways. You think this suspension's gonna protect you from me? Do all that damn flapjacking with your mouth face to face when you see me, boy. Don't do it behind the internet. So whether you know it or not, you're already mine. And I hope you're ready. You're probably not gonna put down, jokes together. What movie should I watch? I don't know. What's a sequel? I got your sequel. And I hope you're ready for it.
I like David Campbell. Smart guy. Great accent. Lots of passion and enthusiasm. The Dynasty. What a fun nickname. I like David. I really do. And that's why I need to help him. David, you feel disrespected by me? What about an industry that has stopped making movies for adults with discernible taste and instead started making them for overgrown children who never graduated out of the YA section at Barnes & Noble? Instead of letting creators produce their vision, film executives meddle and corrupt artistic integrity. They only relent when legions of sniveling brats cry loud enough online for their precious Happy Meal to be delivered exactly how they think it should be. Movies disrespect you. The film industry disrespects you, Davy boy. I'm only trying to help. By beating you in the FCL, I will awaken you to the truth. Movies are dead. I will free you from the hold that wretched cinema has on your life and allow you more time in your day to eat haggis or drink iron brew, cry over the European Super League. I don't know, whatever it is that you Scots do. Let me help you, David. Let me show you the truth.
And we are back here on FCL5. Just big news just dropped. Next week, May the 4th, will be the debut of the Star Wars League here in the First Class League. We're going to see some great matches coming up next week. Adam Gertler makes his return to the movie trivia Schmoedown universe, as well as we're going to have some great matches. We're going to talk more about that here in a minute. But Steph, I know that you're over there on Sith Council. You're a big fan of the Star Wars. What do you think about in general? Okay, let me ask you this: as somebody who's a Star Wars fan, when you watch the Star Wars matches, how are you scoring?
That's a really great question. And I feel like I fall into the category of Mark Ellis with this, where we are massive Star Wars fans, but the Star Wars division, that league is, you have to be memorizing transcripts. You have to be immersed in the galaxy in the way that I can't even describe. Even as a Jedi myself, I fall short on a lot of the questions. Usually round 1, I can hang. Round 2's when I start to be, a few questions feels really good if I get them. And then round 3, I'm like, oh no, I should give my lightsaber away because it's not working well today. Because the people who are competing in that league really know their stuff, which is why I'm so excited that we get to do our own Star Wars match for May the 4th, one of my favorite days of the year.
I mean, it obviously makes sense. When I watch those Star Wars matches, I'm reminded of, have you ever seen like in movies or the cartoon where they're solving the math problem and it goes across like the whole chalkboard and they get to the answer, right? And they get the answer right. And it's like, I know that it's possible. I saw you do it. Yet I have no idea how you got to that answer. And that's what I feel like when I watch these Star Wars matches. It's incredible the pulls that they have. We just saw that last championship match that they had went into overtime, and there were challenges back and forth. These two competitors were going. I'm expecting the same level here in the FCL. I mean, people who love Star Wars, they love Star Wars. They know everything about Star Wars. So I'm excited to see if they're able to bring that love, passion, and energy and knowledge to the FCL, and if they're going to be successful. And perhaps one of these players will get drafted to a Star Wars team. You know, all the managers are always looking for new talent.
I know you're not a massive fan, but you do dip your feet into the Star Wars sand every now and then. What's your favorite Star Wars film or piece of property from Star Wars?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a fan. One of those casual observers, as you would call it. I think that I always go with the classics. I'm always an original guy. So here's my controversial opinion. Although I think New Hope is probably my favorite one because it's the first one. It set the whole thing on fire. I find that some of those original trilogy movies, they're a little slow at times. They're a little slow. I'm actually one of these guys. I'm sure the chat is about to obliterate me. I like the sequel trilogy. I think they're fun. They move fast. They keep my focus the entirety of the time. I'm a fan of those movies. I like Force Awakens. Force Awakens was fun. Tell me Force Awakens wasn't fun.
No, I like all the Star Wars movies. Do I think that some are way better than others? Absolutely. But I'm not into the gatekeeping Star Wars business. Hey, I'm not going to knock your hustle. If you like The Last Jedi, you like The Last Jedi. I know we have Sonny competing today, who is a massive Star Wars fan, that we'll be able to see him display a little bit of that in his promo that we'll play later on. But I would have to say New Hope is a good choice. And I do love Force Awakens. Rey, Finn, or some of my favorite characters introduced into the galaxy.
We'll find out what these people know about Star Wars next week, because for the first time in Movie Trivia Schmoedown history, or in FCL history and Movie Trivia Schmoedown history, not only will we be asking questions from the realm of Star Wars, and that includes the 9 films in the Skywalker saga, that includes the Han Solo film, the Star Wars stories as well, but for the first time ever, Rebels will be asked. Questions from Rebels will be asked. Clone Wars will be asked. And also, we will have action from everyone's favorite, The Mandalorian. All those questions will be available to be asked in the Star Wars League here in the FCL. We'll be the first ones to ever do that. That's got to make you happy, Steph.
Yeah, this is the way. This is the way, to quote The Mandalorian. I love that show so much. Kristian and I talk about it all the time. Shout out Kristian Harloff for making all of this possible. We are live with all y'all Star Wars fans every 9 a.m. PT on the SEN network with Mike Kalinowski talking all things Star Wars. And obviously, as we lead up to next week, in the weeks moving forward, where we're going to get the Bad Batch dropping and a lot more moving in through the months, there's going to be so much to talk about. So if you are a Star Wars fan and you haven't already checked us out, please check us out, because it is always fun, and we are an inviting space of Star Wars nerds. So come one, come all.
Well, I love the invitation of the Star Wars because that community can get very crazy sometimes. When you bring up Last Jedi, that's all you have to do. You just say that, and then everybody starts fighting one another. I think that's all you have to do, Ryan.
Yeah, I know somewhere, wherever Ben Goddard is, he just woke up to start a Twitter war about The Last Jedi. That man will defend that film. Every Last Jedi person who loves that movie, they will not stop.
We have big matches planned for the weeks to come, all leading to an FCL championship match, which will be taking place. You know what? I'm going to spoil the date now. June the 14th. June the 14th, we will have our first ever champion crowned in the FCL. The FCL championship match will be occurring on June 14th. You will also see some other incredible stuff that we have planned for you. Big surprises planned on that, which is going to be our first mega stream, if you will, on June the 14th, where we crown the first ever FCL champion. Steph, that's exciting stuff. We have a lot of stuff, like I said, coming up. So pay attention to all of our social media accounts. We'll be doing a big announcement probably here in the next few weeks to talk about who will be competing in that championship match. But we still have more movie trivia Schmoedown action, more FCL action for you today. And wait, hold on now. What are you saying? PLD is giving me something in the. I don't know if you hear that, Steph.
Oh,
what? He's
really?
What? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, wow. It
Brad?
seems as though yes. It seems as though David, the survivor, Jindoian, has something has happened to him. Apparently, his house has been sabotaged in some way, and someone's cut his electricity. Someone's hit the electricity to his house. What is going on, Steph? Are you hearing the same thing, Steph?
Yes. Wait, I'm so confused because who would do this when he's about to play his first match in the FCL? Is someone playing dirty? I didn't know we could. This is
unprecedented. I'm not. And we won. Okay, well, apparently we have somebody who's going to fill in and replace him. I'm excited to see who this might be. I don't know if this is the dealings of the Schmoedown or not. Nevertheless, we have a big match here to start. So, Steph, I think that we should at least bring in the competitor that we know is going to be competing, right? Should we bring that person in?
Yeah, I think that's definitely the only way we can start this. This one happening.
All right, this is odd times here on FCL5. This is odd times here on FCL5. But introducing first. Making his way from Denmark, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Sonny, the mic drop Olsen. Sonny, there he is, all the way from Denmark. Sonny from Denmark, here we are. Well, I know that a lot has been going on here behind the scenes. We're hearing that David might be out of action due to some sabotage going on, but before we even get there, how are you doing, man? I know it's like 1:30 in the morning over there. You're ready to play. This is your FCL debut. Talk to me about your journey to get here.
Oh, well, yeah. First of all, yes, it is kind of late here. It is 1:30 a.m., middle of the night, but I am a creature of the night as well, so doesn't really matter that much to me. I do feel a little bit tired, and I think it's more or less just there's some pressure, of course, because going into something like this, going into the FCL, which is so closely related to the Schmoedown, which is something that I've been following for many, 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 many years. And I've been a big fan of the Schmoedown for so many years. And now being here in the FCL, going to compete in movie trivia, I am just a puddle of nerves right now. But it can only go up, is my thinking, at least.
Sonny, I have to say, in your promo video, when you opened up with "Hello There," I thought it was Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then you continued with the Star Wars references. And then I couldn't tell, were you trying to do an Obi-Wan Kenobi "Hello There" purposely, or did your accents just line up?
It just comes out in some weird way. Like I started doing it whenever we were doing Star Wars related videos on our channel. And I just started with "Hello there." And people were like, wow, that sounds pretty much like Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then I just kept doing it, and now it's kind of my thing a little bit. It feels like, or people are asking me to do it a lot in the comments anyway. So better not let them down.
I want it as my text tone. But every time I receive a text, I want it to say hello there.
let's hear you do it, Steph.
Hello there.
You know what I mean? If I close my eyes, it was spot on. So Sonny, we're excited to see you play, and we're about to find out. I mean, who are you playing against? We're about to find out right now. So, Sonny, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen in the FCL. And his opponent. Wait a minute. Well, we know that music.
No, this is Deja Vu, right?
From Parts Unknown, Sinister James Schmoedown. What is going on? What is going on? James Schmo is back already. Okay, we know your name is Sinister. We were supposed to see David the Survivor making his FCL debut here. What is going on? Why are you here?
Oh, you're muted
again.
It is Deja Vu.
Right.
It really is Deja Vu here.
What's going on, James?
Let's be very, very frank. I wasn't leaving here on a note like what you all just handed me. Those questions were so clearly weighted towards Kaylin Corrigan. The fact that she just magically spun horror in round 2. I mean, please. I don't know whether it was up to you or the Schmoedown, but I will not have my FCL debut besmirched by some duplicitous chicanery. So, I took it upon myself, or someone took it upon themselves to, shall we say, crash a drone into a transformer.
Whoa, sinister indeed with that low belly laugh that I just heard. But Schmo, I gotta ask you, this might be the first time, at least for FCL history, but ever, where we get that Drake back-to-back with you. You just had your first match ever. Now you're about to have your second match right after that. What are you feeling right now? What's your game plan moving into this match, knowing that what you're taking away from the match you just had?
Oh, people talk about first-time jitters and this and that. I don't really feel those, but now, if they were there to begin with, they are so far out of the way. And granted, true, I have no idea what Sonny is capable of in terms of his movie knowledge. And let's face it, based on the reaction videos that he does on his channel, nobody else does either. Because let's face it, he's just been watching the same old schlock that everyone else has been reacting to for the last number of years. It's tired. It's been done before. The Sinister one is new. The Sinister one is fresh. And the Sinister one is going to take the FCL to the next level. And my Sinister Syndicate is going to help me get there.
Okay. Well, I think that the pieces of the puzzle are becoming clear. James Schmo going back to back, as you said, like Jordan 96, 97. Welcome back, James. And we're about to see what's going to happen right now in this match as we get to it right now. Sonny versus James. Sonny versus James. Sonny, I mean, are you game for this?
Well, yeah, why not? I don't care who beats me.
Wise words indeed, my friend.
James, the Sinister James Schmo, are you ready?
Always. Omae wa mo shinderu.
Language again.
All
I can
right.
also
Well,
say
Steph,
something in a different language if you want.
go for it. Go for it.
Well, jeg kan snakke dansk, som er ligesom det sprog, som vi snakker i Danmark.
Look at us going international.
Steph Sabra, there's only one thing left to say, and that is what?
This one's gonna be really exciting, y'all. It is time to get classy.
All right, let us do it. And here are the rules for round number 1. James, you should be familiar with these. Both players will receive the same 8 questions. You will write your answers on the whiteboard. You will speak and reveal that answer once it has been written. Each correct answer is worth 1 point. Now, in this round, as with every round, you have 3 question repeats that we call the JTE rule. And you also get 1 challenge per match. Let us go now. Sonny and Schmo. This is interesting. For the first time ever in MTS history, someone going back, well, in FCL history, someone going back to back. I believe maybe the first time since Dan Murrell had to defend his title back to back. Somebody will correct me in the chat if I am incorrect, but I think that that's right. Nevertheless, Sonny, are you ready?
Probably not, but let's go anyway.
James, are you ready?
Bring on the chaos.
And it is time for the FCL. Round 1, question 1 in the realm of action adventure. Who stars as Larry Daly, a night shift security guard at the Museum of Natural History who discovers that the exhibits come to life during the night in Night at the Museum?
Talk about coming to life. This second match.
I mean, the Sinister Syndicate? What is that? I don't know what that is, but it's slightly frightening. And we need an answer. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we go to the sinister one.
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller is correct. Sonny.
I also had Ben Stiller.
All right, 1-1, and we go to your second question.
Question number 2 in the category of directors. Who directed the 2012 Western Django Unchained starring Jamie Foxx, Christopher Waltz, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Samuel L. Jackson?
Saw this movie in the theaters. My mind was blown. Jamie Foxx, total boss.
I mean, what a wild ride this movie is.
It's crazy.
It's silent.
You need an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We go to Schmo first.
That would be Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino is correct. Sonny, we go to you next.
Quentin Tarantino.
2-2 as we move to question number 3.
All right, this is in the realm of comedies. Who stars as party animal Ben Stone, whose one-night stand, played by Katherine Heigl, shows up on his doorstep 8 weeks later to tell him that she is pregnant in 2007's Knocked Up?
Knocked Up, another classic.
Absolutely. Katherine Heigl, she had like a short run there, real short run. But
27 Dresses or Bridesmaids, something like that.
3,
I like Katherine Heigl.
2, 1, and we go to Sonny.
That would be Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen is correct. James.
One of the most annoying laughs in entertainment, Seth Rogen.
How dare you, sir? But you
Don't
are
you
correct.
slander our Pumbaa.
That is Pumbaa, man. Put some respect on his name. Question number 4. We go to Steph.
Question number 4 in the category of dramas. Who stars as banker Andy Dufresne, who is sentenced to life in prison for the murders of his wife and her lover in 1994's The Shawshank Redemption?
I'm definitely going to need help on the Star Wars match of pronunciations because I have no idea how you say this last name. Is it Doof? I can't repeat it, but I have no idea how to say it.
Yeah.
We need an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we kick it off with James.
Tim Robbins.
That is correct. Sonny, we go to you next.
All right. I also had Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins. Look at this. Both with the right answer. Moving forward to question number 5.
Question 5 in the category of fantasy sci-fi. This 2005 sci-fi film directed by Joss Whedon is a continuation of a short-lived television series and stars Nathan Fillion, Adam Baldwin, and Summer Glau.
So Adam Baldwin is not a member of the Baldwin brothers that we are familiar with.
But that's a championship name. That's a pedigree The Baldwin
Yeah.
pedigree.
A resume.
That's a good resume attention getter. And we didn't answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we go to Sonny.
That will be actually one of my favorite sci-fi movies from one of my favorite sci-fi series, Serenity.
Serenity's right. And James.
Serenity.
Serenity. As the chat screams at me that it's Dufresne, we move to your 6th question in round number 1.
Question number 6 in the category of 1990s. Who stars as Clarice Starling, an FBI trainee tasked to work with brilliant cannibalistic serial killer Hannibal Lecter in 1991's The Silence of the Lambs?
You ever seen this movie, Steph?
No, I stay away from cannibalism, personally.
You know what? I think that's probably a good rule of thumb. Just an overall.
You
good idea.
answered 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shimo, we go to you first.
Hello, Clarice. That would be Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster it is. Sonny, we move to you next.
Yeah, I totally blanked. That name would just not come up. I only had Clarice, and that was it.
Clarice, okay, so incorrect for Sonny. James still working on a perfect game. If he gets the next 2 questions right, he will get that perfect round 1, something that eluded him in the game that we literally just saw a few hours, like an hour ago. Category 7, famous actors and actresses. Tom Hanks was nominated for his 5th Best Actor Academy Award for portraying a FedEx troubleshooter who is stranded on an uninhabited island after a plane crash in this Ron Howard film.
Fun fact, Tom Hanks went to Ancestry.com and found out he shares ancestry with Mr. Rogers himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's real?
Big flex.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we go to Sonny.
Is it Captain Phillips?
Captain Phillips is incorrect. Phillips is incorrect, and we go to James.
I think his best friend's name was Wilson. That is Castaway.
Castaway.
Oh, I was thinking of a totally different movie.
Yeah, Castaway is the correct answer. You were thinking of it. I believe Tom Hanks was nominated for Captain Phillips as well. Nevertheless, 8th and final question. If James gets this right, he will have a perfect first round, and I will ask him a bonus question.
Question number 8 in the category of franchises. This 2002 film in the James Bond franchise saw the final portrayal of 007 by Pierce Brosnan.
This was the first James Bond movie I saw in theaters.
Wow.
Big fan of it.
I don't think I've seen any in theater.
And we need an answer in 3, 2, 1. I'm shaking my head at you, Steph. We go to James.
Die Another Day.
Die Another Day you will, but you get a correct answer for a perfect first round. And Sonny.
Yep, did not have that one.
Did not have that one. Nevertheless, 8-5. 8-5 in round number 1. 8-5. 8-5 in round number 1. But you get a bonus question right now. Do you, Sonny? And here it is. You don't have to. You have to still write your answer down for this one. This is what we're calling the Kevin Smith rule, just in case there's any discrepancies. Okay. Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson were both nominated for Lead Acting Academy Awards for this 2019 drama directed by Noah Baumbach. And whenever you're ready, you can speak and reveal.
Marriage Story.
Marriage Story is correct for the 9-point first round by James Shimo. Obviously, Steph Sabra, he learned something from his first match earlier today, and he is ready to go. Perfect first round.
Really impressive first round from Shimo. That was exciting. Hitting that Marriage Story at the end, a triggering movie, but gives him the extra point.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. As we now go to round number 2, this is the wheel round. Here are the rules for round number 2. Round number 2 works like this. Each competitor will take a spin at the wheel. They will spin at the wheel. They can respin once if they don't like the category they land on, unless they land on opponent's choice. And whatever category they spin the second time, they will have to stick with. Questions are worth 2 points. You will get 4 questions in that category. Unless you opt to multiple choice, then it goes down to 1 point. Now, steals are in effect in round number 2. If your opponent gets the incorrect answer, you will have an opportunity to answer that question. Also, you have your 3 JTE rules each. You still have your challenges in effect. Those are still in effect in round number 2. If you all understand the rules for the second round, we can go ahead and get to the wheel itself. We'll get to the wheel itself right now. James, familiar position for you. You were in this position in your last game earlier. Would you like to spin first, or would you like to defer to Sonny?
When you got him on the ground with your foot on their throat, you might as well keep him there. Let's spin it.
Okay, so he's going to go for the spin right now, and here we go. Let us give the wheel a whirl.
Let's do it.
And
Shots fired while
going
this spin.
to land on what? Going to land on, I believe that is coming of age. Coming of age movies. You have 15 seconds to decide if you want to stick with coming of age or if you want to respin the wheel.
Gotta love a good coming of age movie.
Well, let's stick with it.
Oh, okay. James is sticking with coming of age. I will be administering your questions here in the second round for you, James, in the category of coming of age films. Coming of age films. I believe this might be the first time we've seen this category in the FCL. And for your first question in coming of age, who stars as college graduate Ben Braddock, who is seduced by Mrs. Robinson in 1967's The Graduate?
Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman is correct for 2 more points, 11-5. 11-5. Your next question.
Missed yet.
Hasn't missed yet. That is a great point, Steph. He has not missed yet. This is obviously maybe what you said. Those first match jitters have now evaded him, and he is ready to play. Here is your second question in the realm of coming of age. Which 3-time Oscar nominee, best known for playing Hulk, co-stars alongside Jennifer Garner as Matt Flamhaff in 13 Going on 30?
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo is correct. Mark Ruffalo is correct for 2 more points. 2 more points. And as we go to your third question in coming of age, Logan Lerman plays an introverted freshman who is taken under the wings of 2 seniors played by Ezra Miller and Emma Watson in which 2012 coming-of-age film?
The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
The Perks of Being James Schmoedown means you're getting all your answers correct. That is absolutely right. The Perks of Being a Wallflower for your third question. Now your final question. This will be for a perfect second round. Which 1995 coming-of-age film tells the story of Cher Horowitz, a beautiful, popular, and rich high school student who befriends a new student and decides to give her a makeover?
Clueless.
Clueless you are not, but Clueless is correct. James Schmoedown, perfect through first round and the second round. You see the look on Sonny's face. 17-5. 17-5 after the second round has been after the second round of questions for James Schmoedown. We go now to Sonny. It is going to be your turn to give the wheel a whirl. Sonny, are you ready?
Yeah. This is rough, but yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Round 2, anything can happen, Sonny.
You have no idea. You have no idea what can happen, and we go give the wheel a whirl. Thank you. Oh, I love how Sonny actually did the gesture. You know, you're a consummate gentleman. Consummate gentleman. And it lands on opponent's choice.
Yay.
Opponent's choice. When things don't go your way, sometimes they just don't go your way. James, you have 15 seconds to determine what Sonny's category will be. You have a bevy of categories to choose from. Your 15 seconds starts now, my good sir.
Well, since he does such a good Obi-Wan, let's see how his handle is in Star Wars.
Oh, wow. Going with Star Wars. I don't know how that's going to pay off for James Schmoedown. I think James is shooting for the hip right here. But, Sonny, nevertheless, you have 4 questions in the category of Star Wars, which I'm sure you're much obliged to answer. And, Steph, you will be administering his questions here in the second round. And this is a little preview of something that we might be seeing next week in our May the 4th match. And here we are. Star Wars. It's time.
Okay.
Wow, that was the surprise opponent's choice. But for your first question, Sonny, in the category of Star Wars, how many Star Wars films has George Lucas directed?
He has directed 4 Star Wars.
4 is the correct answer. That is correct, as you have your first right answer in round number 2.
All right. And we continue on
to your second question in round 2, Sonny. In the category of Star Wars, who plays Han Solo in Solo, a Star Wars story?
Alden Ehrenreich.
Alden is correct.
Yes, perfect.
As you get your second question right in round number 2, we move to question number 3 for you, Sonny. What year saw the release of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace?
1999.
99 it is! And you are having a perfect round 2 so far, Sonny, as we move to your 4th question. Who directed 2008's Star Wars, The Clone Wars?
That would be Dave Filoni.
In Dave Filoni, we trust, and Sonny got that right, and he killed round number 2. Great work on round number 2 for both competitors.
Wow. Both competitors going perfect in their second round. James still pitching a perfect game. 4-point advantage. 4-point advantage going into the third and final round. But as we just saw and James just experienced, this is a very familiar position for him. He was leading after round number 1 against Kalen Corrigan. He was leading after round number 2 in his match with Kalen Corrigan. Same thing has happened here. Is history doomed to repeat itself? We will find out in the third and final round, Steph.
That's great points that you're making, Brad. And in this third and final round, anything can happen with those questions, especially the 5-pointer if it gets to that. So I'm excited to see what unfolds next.
All right, here are the rules for round number 3. Round number 3 works like this. Competitors will pick 3 numbers between 1 and 20 that correspond to a category, to 3 separate categories. You'll pick 3 numbers between 1 and 20. Each competitor will get 3 questions in this round. Questions worth 2, 3, and 5 points respectively. Competitors have 15 seconds to answer each question. Now, there is no stealing. There's no multiple choice in this round whatsoever. Both competitors still have all 3 JTE rules. Both competitors still have a challenge if they feel like it is necessary. And here we go with round number 3. James, since you are in the lead, my good man, you get to pick your 3 numbers first between 1 and 20.
Let's see. I will go 12, 19, and a number special to a man you're familiar with, Brad, 5.
Okay, 12, 19, and 5. 5 for the 5-time champ. 5-time champion Booker T.
Prize.
Booker T is
Booker
the
T,
reference.
legend, love him.
Legend. Okay, and Sonny, what are your 3 numbers?
I'm just gonna pick 3 for no particular reason whatsoever. So 2, 13, and 7.
2, 13, and 7. 2, 13, and 7. We're going to go to Sonny first. Sonny, you get your 2-point question first, and you selected category number 7. Was that correct? No, I'm sorry. You selected category number 2. 2. And 2 corresponds with the category of Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron. And for your 2-point question,
favorite actresses.
You will be asking him the questions, Steph, whenever you are ready.
In the category of Charlize Theron, your first question in round number 3, Sonny. Charlize Theron portrayed journalist Megyn Kelly alongside Margot Robbie, Nicole Kidman, and John Lithgow in what 2019 drama?
Yeah, there we go.
Need an answer in 5, 4, 3.
Let's just do a
2.
repeat with this one.
With your first JTE used in the category of Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron portrayed journalist Megyn Kelly alongside Margot Robbie, Nicole Kidman, and John Lithgow in what 2019 drama?
I have like the poster right in front of me, but it's not.
Need an answer in 5, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know. Little Women? No, that's not it. No.
That is incorrect. The answer that we were looking for is Bombshell.
Bombshell. That's the name.
Bombshell, yes. Bombshell was the movie. So we move now, Sonny, to your 3-point question. 3-point question. 3-point question is the category of 13, and that corresponds to Oscars. Oscar movies. Oscar movies. Steph will be asking you your 3-point question in the category of Oscars.
We just can't seem to get away from the Oscars, Brad.
No, we're a topical show here, Steph. We're a topical league.
We are. Talk about range. All right, Sonny, for your next question in the category of Oscars. Anthony Hopkins won his first Academy Award for his portrayal of what iconic character?
So the character, Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter is correct. Slamming in that question with the correct answer.
So
Sonny.
this is where we are. It's still 17-16. Sonny still behind by 1. He now will answer his 5-point question. If he gets it right, we will bounce over to James, the sinister Shimo. If he gets it wrong, James will win by TKO. And we will now go to your 5-point question. You selected the category, the number 7, which corresponds to the category of a Star Wars alum, Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford.
Don't trick me like that. I thought it was going to be Star Wars.
All right.
Here we go in the category of Harrison Ford for your 5-point question.
All right, Sonny, for your 5-point question. In how many films did Harrison Ford play Han Solo?
I'm just going to take my time. So just repeat it, just so that I know that I'm...
All right, with your second JTE. In how many films did Harrison Ford play Han Solo?
Yeah, all right. It's 5.
5 is correct for your 5-point question, Sonny.
I can't believe
Thank you.
the extreme luck of Sonny Olsen to land on opponents. James Shimo gives him Star Wars. Then he gets Harrison Ford in his 5-point question. A tough one because I forgot about Rise of Skywalker. He was in Rise of Skywalker, right? I forgot about that. I was like, he's in 4. He was in 5. The extreme luck there. Now we go over to the sinister James Shimo. James, I will be asking you your questions. And here we go in round number 3. You first selected 12. 12. You first selected 12. And that corresponds to directors. Directors. And your 2-point question in directors. Which 2 DC EU films were directed by Patty Jenkins?
That would be Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 1984.
That is correct for 2 points, 19-21. 19-21.
Now, directing a Star Wars film.
Would be directing a Star Wars film. Now, I've never been accused of being a mathematician. However, if James answers his 3-point question correctly, he will win the game. He will win the game. And here we go. you selected the number 19. 19. And that corresponds to fantasy science fiction. Fantasy science fiction. And here we are in fantasy and science fiction, your 3-point question. Matthew Vaughn directed this 2007 fantasy film starring Charlie Cox, Claire Danes, and Michelle Pfeiffer that follows a young man named Tristan who enters the magical fantasy kingdom of Stormhold.
As I said before, Omae wa mo shindaru. Sayonara, chump. Stardust.
And your winner, the sinister James Schmoedown. James Schmoedown, correct, and winning the game. And the sinister syndicate obviously at play here. Sonny, a valiant attempt. We're going to talk to both competitors here in a moment. But Steph, let us recap what we have witnessed today on FCL5. History made all across the board. James Schmoedown going back to back, as you referenced earlier, like my man Drizzy Drake from the Six God himself. He starts off with a loss, ends up with a win in the same day. Incredible.
I mean, unbelievable. When Drake asked, is that your girls tour or a world tour? Shimo's going on a world tour, it seems like, because he just beat the man from Denmark himself, Sonny, and that was an incredible round 3, especially for Sonny, who hit all of his questions right, which was putting the onus back on Shimo to make sure that he hit his questions right as well. So overall, it was an incredible match from start to finish, and I mean pre-start to finish, because how Shimo even got here, I don't know.
We're going to have to do some investigation here. I mean, he mentioned something called the Sinister Syndicate, things of that nature. He spoke in a language which earlier you said if you ever get to talk to him again, you'd like to ask him about. Well, guess what, Steph Sabra? You're going to talk to him again. Steph, take it away with our winner today, Sinister James Schmoedown.
Shimo, we meet again. And who knew it would be this soon? But I do have a few questions for you, including what was the language you were speaking, and how are you feeling now that redemption was so quickly earned by you?
Whenever you break even, you always come out smelling like a winner. And that's exactly how I feel right now. And to answer your earlier question, that is Japanese.
I should have known that as a Japanese girl myself, but maybe it was something about the rasp in your voice as you were saying it that it just wasn't registering. But I love that. Arigato. Moving to my next question for you, I have to ask, what was going through your head when you picked the opponent's choice being Star Wars, kind of knowing that this might be in Sonny's wheelhouse?
You know, every now and then, being the mastermind that I am, it's always fun to throw a little hope spot in there, throw a little carrot in there, just a little bit of hope, a little ray of light before you finally crush that dream. And that's exactly what that was. I had no fear going into round 3. I was up 4 points. Yes, was it possible he could have come back? Absolutely, but I was prepared. I was confident in my own abilities. And if that makes me detestable to a certain section of Schmoeville, well, ask me if I care. It's like the old song goes, my give a damn is busted.
Busted. Well, you had a perfect match tonight. And I don't think anyone watching at home, they might be like, oh, this sinister guy is rubbing me the wrong way, because that's what happens when you have a big personality. But there's no way in which someone is watching what you did here tonight and thinking that you don't belong here. Did you, moving into round 1, 2, and 3, were you at all nervous, or did you know this is exactly how you could compete and you learned from the first match that you had earlier on today?
As I've said previously, I am here to eliminate mediocrity. I could not live with that performance in the last match. It just would fester in me if I did. So I went in cool. I went in calm. I didn't rush. I played this as Iceman perfect as I possibly could. I took my time, cleared my head, and I've proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that anything is out there. Now,
Got some noise back there. Back to you, Schmo. You talk about perfection. Practice does make perfect. You had practice in the first match, and now your second match, you went perfect. Who are you looking to taking on next in the FCL moving forward?
I mean, there are definitely a handful of people on my radar. Obviously, late to the party, Vanessa, Robert, they both know their stuff. Once again, like Kalen, they've been to the big dance before. They know exactly what is to be expected there, so they know how to compete at that top level. But if I were to put too fine a point on it, there is one individual who I have truly got my eye on, and that is a man who has competed here in FCL. He has an extensive record in inner geekdom. And I can't wait to finally meet him face to face, because he might think he's too smooth, but he's going to have a bumpy ride with me. Jared Habon, consider yourself marked.
Calling out Jared Haben in your second match. Congratulations with your perfect match 2. Schmo, until we meet again, have a great night celebrating.
Sayonara.
Well, there he is. There he is again. Sinister James Schmo. Didn't know that he was fluent in Japanese. We're learning something
I mean,
new
I
every
might
day.
get my Japanese card revoked. That went
might.
right over me.
It might have been expired after that. Calling out Jared Haben. Jared Haben seems to be a favorite target of everybody thus far. However, I do see people in the chat talking about it. Robert Montano last week, great showing as a perfect game player. Didn't miss a single question. And Sinister James Schmo didn't miss a single question here. So there's some interest there between Robert Montano and Sinister James Schmo. We will see. James Schmo makes history by not only competing back-to-back, being the first FCL player to play 2 matches, now 1-1 with a 500 record. We will see what the future holds for him. But, Seth, we still got to talk to what I like to say, what a peach of a man. What a incredible human being is Sonny the Mic Drop Olsen. Didn't you love this guy?
I could not agree more. I cannot wait to talk to him right now, even though the results probably aren't as what he wanted.
Well, let's talk to him. Let's hear from Sonny the Mic Drop Olsen right now. Steph, take it away.
Sonny, like we said, you were an absolute pleasure from start to finish of this match. I know it didn't end the way you wanted, but how are you feeling after your first match ever played in the FCL?
I'm feeling pretty good. I survived, and that was pretty much my goal. I went into this whole singles division knowing full well that it's not necessarily where I'm the strongest. A lot of people were talking about. I saw some of the guys from this week in the FCL talking about how I've said many times that I'm mainly in a geekdom Star Wars kind of player. And that did end up helping me a bit today. And I do want to say thank you to Schmo for giving me the Star Wars category in round 2, even though it was a bit of a sinister move, if we're to believe what he said. And then I got that 5-pointer with Harrison Ford. So there was a bit of luck in there, and at least it wasn't too big of an embarrassment on my part. But I'm satisfied. Like, I got to do this. I had fun with it. I was thoroughly confused before the match started, but now I'm just relaxed. I'm ready to go to bed fairly soon, and just I'm in a good mood still.
I mean, I know you love Obi-Wan, and you did have the high ground on the Star Wars questions. That was really cool to be able to see you master those questions and what you're really good at. When you look back at this match, moving to your next match in the future, hopefully, what are some areas that you hope to work on?
I need to study up a lot more on movies that, I haven't seen, even though I've seen the poster and I just can't remember the name of the movie. I need to remember to listen to the questions when they're being asked. And I think there was a bit of a, first match jitters there. And I didn't quite hear the question with Tom Hanks. And I just answered with the Captain Phillips question, even though if I had probably, listened to the actual question and just taken my time, I would have known that it was Castaway. It's you live and you learn.
Yeah, I mean, we saw with Schmo, there was definitely, he was able to take some takeaways from his first match and move it to his second match. And I think that you will definitely be able to do the same. But I do have to call to when you threw up your whiteboard in round number 3, when Schmo was on his final answer and you said, you got this. Did you really mean that? Are you really that much of sunshine?
Yes, of course. I hold nothing. I have no grudge against anyone. I like everyone in the league. And even if they don't like me, that's fine.
Well, Sonny, I hope you kill him with kindness every day of your life. It was so nice meeting you, and I hope that we meet again soon. And I hope you get some good rest tonight.
I most certainly will. I'm probably going to need to just calm down for just a few minutes, maybe drink a little bit of water or something, and then I'm going to go pretty much straight to sleep. Even though, no, that's a lie. I'm going to be on one of the after shows talking in about 2 hours. So I'll get a nap. I'll get a quick nap, and then I'm going to go on the after show. And then after that, I can sleep.
Hey, naps are for champions, and I hope when you do get your sleep, it is good. And I'll see you next time, Sonny.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure, Steph. Thank you.
Bye.
Well, wow. Again, I mean, can you get any better than that, man? Can you be any nicer? Can you be any more of a gentleman, gentle human soul?
Yeah. I know when it's kind of like one of those things where you hate to form stereotypes, but he is the first person that I've met from Denmark. And now moving forward the rest of my life, I'm going to think everyone from Denmark is that nice. So
I hope that they
Sonny.
are. I hope that they are. That would be a phenomenal place to visit someday. Sonny, the mic drop Olsen, still we're going to have to figure out, how did everything that occurred today occur? What is the Sinister Syndicate? What did James Schmo pull off? So we didn't get to see the Survivor today in action as he was scheduled for our main event. Someone needs to check on him. Put out, an APB. I don't know if he has his fallen and can't get up little thing, but someone needs to check and make sure that he is okay and he can compete another day. I'm a little bit concerned about him, and as the commissioner, I feel somewhat of responsibility. Nevertheless, Steph, we're going to have to get to the bottom of this next week, though. Again, Star Wars matches, May the 4th, all Star Wars, the doubleheader. You saw the graphic earlier. We'll make the official announcement here on Twitter, but how excited are you again for the Star Wars match?
So excited. I saw Alex Damon in the chat rating, and we know that he is the Star Wars champion. Back to back to back, if we want to keep talking back to back. So glad to see him in the chat right now. But I am so excited for that May the 4th. The Force is always with me, but it will be with all of us, surely, in the FCL then.
Well, absolutely, absolutely. And Steph, while we're talking to you, why don't you let the people know where they can find you, follow you, and everything you have coming up this week?
You can follow me all over social media at Steph Sabra. I'm with the Whirl Girls every Wednesday, 6 p.m. PT and Sunday, 7 p.m. PT. And with Kristian Harloff, the man himself who makes this all possible, on the Sith Council Wednesday mornings, 9 a.m. PT, and periodically on SEN. So check me out there. Brad,
awesome,
what about you?
Awesome. Yeah, I'll be around. I'll be around on the Hall of Fame with Booker T tomorrow, and you can check out the Schmoedown Rundown this Thursday, and we'll be back next week, FCL6. The Star Wars division takes over for the first time in the FCL, but right now, speaking of Star Wars, at the conclusion of this broadcast, don't go anywhere, because we are raiding Alex Damon's channel right here on Twitch for Steph Sabra. Want to give a big shout out to PLD, Dwayne Burke, Jacob Patrick, Adam Witten, everybody who makes the FCL possible. My name is Brad Gilmore, and we will see you next week on the First Class League. Y'all take care.